this is Elaine with Elaine's Creations, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make this fun bridge card. It's a 3D card that folds flat for mailing, and I created it with the Peaceful Cabin bundle, which is part of the Peaceful Place suite. Here is the Peaceful Cabin bundle, which is part of the Peaceful Place suite. This is a gorgeous suite. I have to say it's one of my favorites in the July through December holiday catalog. I just love the coordination. So you can cut out the cabin and then you can use this at the same time to fully cut out the cabin. And same with the trees. You can add some texture to the trees. They just fit really nicely in the dies. And then there's this cute little slope with this cute little, I think it's a fox. Is that a fox? I think it's a fox. And of course I love snowflakes. So there's a die for the snowflakes and a stamp set, and very, very nice sayings with a beautiful font. So this is just so fun. And that's smoke coming from the house. I wondered what that was, and I found out it was smoke. So very cute. And this cuts out the fox as well, and the fence. It's just such a cute bundle. Okay, so that's the bundle. And then as part of the suite, you can find the suite on page 36 of the catalog, and it's got all these beautiful samples. And then we've got all the products in the suite. So we've got the subtle shimmer sequins, and I'll be doing a shaker card in another video, so be sure to check that out. The white glittered organdy ribbon. I love glitter, so this is just so pretty, and you can color it whatever color you want with the blends. And then we have the timber embossing folder, and it's a 3D embossing folder, so it creates this nice deep impression on the cardstock of this nice wood. Love it so much. Super cool. And of course, we have the designer series paper, and on one side we have silver foil, so we've got stars on this one, and then the other side has a design. And this one's got the silver foil on the trees. And then I love this paper with the snowflakes. And I love this too. It's hard when you love both sides of the paper because you want to use both sides. And then this lovely wood grain here with the silver. And then this like snowy or rainy piece right here. And then we have the cabins and some more silver foil trees. So really pretty paper. We also have the white, snowy white velvet sheets, and I've used those in some of my other videos, but those are great for doing these snowy slopes, and the texture is amazing. They feel so nice and soft. So definitely check all of this out on page 36 and 37. And the paper pumpkin kit for this month, which is available, coordinates with this whole suite. So these are the cards from the suite, from the paper pumpkin. And there's a little piece in there saying that it coordinates with this suite collection, Peaceful Place or Peaceful Christmas. And I just want to show you the cards real quick because they're super cute. We have this card right here, and actually there was a front and a back to this card. So I cut them in half and just used my own cardstock. And instead of having 5 cards, I now have 10. So there's lots of fun ways to get more cards out of the paper pumpkin kit and make it last, go further. So that's the first card. And then the second card is super cute, but buried. So let's move this, and here's the second card. I love the plaid, and then stamped the little trees behind there. And then we've got some vellum trees as well. And I love, love, love. I wish they they had a whole bunch of these glittered rounds. They are super shiny and sparkling. So I'm gonna ask Stampin' Up! If we can have some more of those. They're so pretty, I love them. Because you only get like a tiny sheet of them in the paper pumpkin kit. And I just love them, I want more. Okay, so just wanted to mention that coordination there. And now start with my bridge card. So of course I've started with the card base and designer series paper. So I have a little template here for you. I haven't marked it up yet, so I'm gonna do that with you for the score lines. So each of the score lines are gonna be 1/2, 1 1/4, and then 2 1/2. And so this is also 1 1/4 and 2 1/2 from the edge. But you can score it at 5 1/2. And then I think it's 6 and what would that be? If I add 1 1/4, 6 3/4. Yes. Okay, so super easy to create a bridge card. You just need, and this paper is 8 by 4 1/4. And then these are the score lines you're gonna do. So I always have a template, and then I just write the name of it on their bridge card. And then I have switched to using erasable pens instead of pencils, and I love it so much because I love writing with pens. Don't really enjoy writing with pencils, but check this out. So cool. So I will post the information about these pens on this posting as well as on my website. They are friction pens made by Pilot, and they are erasable and they come in multiple colors. So I love the purple, but they have green and blue and red. So super fun pens. That's a little aside there. So this is 1 1/4 and this is 2 1/2. So that's my bridge card template. So I will just leave it up there. And then I'm going to fold these in first, grab my bone folder, and then fold the last panel out. Same thing on the other side. Make sure everything is lined up. And then I can add my designer series paper. So I chose the sparkly stars with the trees on them. And this piece is 2 3/4 by 4. So that's the middle piece. And then the edge pieces, I went ahead and actually made a little bit larger. I just like having a smaller layer in back. So this is 1 1/8 by 4 1/8. And you're gonna need 4 of them. And if you cut them all in a row, you'll have that pattern like going together. So they kind of coordinate and it just looks cool. So you're just going to adhere these flat with your seal. And then you could also make this 2 5/8 by 4 1/8. Which I would have done, but I didn't think about it until afterwards. So it's fine. It will still look excellent. See how pretty this paper is? It's amazing. Love this paper. And there, as of now, that I know, they are not out of this paper. It's currently in stock. So if you like it, you definitely want to get it because it might go out of stock with all the shipping issues that are happening everyone is having a hard time keeping things in stock and getting their shipments in a timely manner. So I think that's gonna continue for quite a while. All right, so now to do the bridge part, which is the super duper fun part. I'm just gonna fold over one side like this, and this will equal 5.5 here. So you can see that it's 5.5 right there. And so this is how it's gonna fold flat to fit inside your envelope, your invitation sized envelope. So your bridge needs to be 5.5 wide, and it can be however tall you want it to be. So I've already stamped and cut out some fences and some trees to put over here, as well as a little tree for over there. And then I've cut out 2 slopes, one with the house, which I think I'm gonna trim down a little bit, and then one with the cute little fox. I was a little bit off on my fox, so I'm just gonna do a teeny tiny bit of trimming to make it look like I was not off. Okay, so there's the back of the fox, and then I'm just gonna trim this little bubble off of his chin. Because it looks like there's a bubble on his chin. Okay, that looks better. There's our little fox. So cute. And then I love being able to layer these on, and so it really gives it some dimension. So I'm probably going to layer it about right there, and then I'm going to trim off a little bit of the bottom. So I'm going to use some dimensionals, and I'm going to put them towards the top since I'm going to be trimming off the bottom. And maybe I'll use a mini dimensional right there, just in case. So I think I'm going to end up trimming that part right there. So I've already stamped these in basic gray and then cut them out using the dies. So now I'm just going to place this little fox. I want it a little bit lower so you can see him a little bit better, so he's like not hidden. And there's our little slope, and then we'll have room for our fences and our trees. But I'm gonna trim a little bit of this off on the bottom here. So I'm just gonna grab my little mini trimmer. This is one of the best things that Stampin' Up! Ever had a special on, and a lot of people told me they wish that Stampin' Up! Would bring it back. And I do too, because I think they would sell really well because they're so useful. Okay, so that's gonna be my bridge. So I'm going to attach my bridge. Ooh, first I gotta do my trees. I forgot I had a slope of trees. So I need to add this to the trees. And this time I think I'm gonna put dimensionals on it to give it a little bit more dimension. And I'm gonna use the regular dimensionals over here. And then a mini dimensional over here, because I'm gonna trim that off. I think I'm gonna do one more right there. So, because you don't really see the slope behind the house, but this slope comes up a little bit. So I'm just going to trim that off, just flatten that out. And I guess it doesn't really matter because we're putting trees over there, so you won't really see it, but I just want to trim it off. Okay, so now I can place my house where I want it in the trees, like so. So cool. Okay, so now that we've got all those taken care of, our little scene, little house scene here, we're going to put some adhesive, and I recommend Stampin' Seal Plus since this is going to be moving and pulled and things like that. And you're only going to put adhesive right here in this last panel in this corner. So that's it. And then you're going to put some adhesive again on this last panel over here, and just a little bit shorter. Okay, and so if you want to do one side at a time, you can extend that, which is what I want to do to make sure I can line things up properly without having to worry about doing two sides at the same time. So there's one side, and then I'm just going to fold this and place that down because we want it to lay flat. And it's a little bit longer, which is good. I'd rather have it longer than shorter. So I'm going to go ahead and trim off the excess. And wow, it's already looking wonderful. Okay, so now I'm going to add the fences and the trees, and I'm just going to do a little trimming on the trees too, because I just need the trees themselves and not really the slope. So this is another stamped piece that I've stamped with the trees. And when you stamp the trees, they're all one stamped together. And so they stamp that image right there. And then I stamped it again and then cut the trees apart so that I could use them separately. So that's something you can do as well. And so these trees, it looks like a dimensional here and here, and this one on the bottom. So we'll do one right there. We can do one on the bottom here, and then we can do two on this one. And then for the little ones, we will do mini dimensionals. Super duper cute. Okay, so I'm gonna put the trees down first, and then I can place my fence. So the trees are gonna go about here. Okay, and then my fence can go in front of the trees like that. And then this one, I'm gonna do the fence first. Just over here, in front of the fox. And then I can add my tree a little bit in front of the fence. Uh-oh, I don't want it to cover up the fox. So I'm actually just gonna move that over, and I think that'll be fine. Isn't that lovely? Oh my gosh, I love bridge cards so much. They're so fun for building scenes and for pretty much any other occasion that you can think of. So if you wanted to, you could stamp one of the little sentiments, thank you, for you, wishing you the best, and you could place it here or you could place it down there. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it blank, and then if the need arises, I will stamp whichever sentiment I need. So I'm offering a free card kit when you purchase this bundle or place a $40 order. And the card kit includes two supplies for these two bridge cards and supplies for two spanner cards. Spanner cards are similar to bridge cards, but they're flat and they span the card. And you just cut the card in the middle to create kind of this extra flap. So really fun cards, so be sure to check that video out. And then supplies for two shaker cards. I had to make a shaker cards. If you have sequins, you have to make shaker cards. And this time I embossed the little cottage or hut or house and the trees as well. So super, super fun cards. Again, just go to my website, elainescreations.net or shopelainescreations.com and use the current hostess code and email me and let me know that you would like this stamp set card kit when you purchase the bundle or a $40 order. Otherwise, the class fee is $30 plus $5 shipping. Thanks so much for watching my video tutorial on this Peaceful Cabin card, which is part of the Peaceful Place suite in the July through December holiday catalog. Don't forget to check out my other videos using this suite, as well as subscribing to my channel and clicking on the notification bell so that you know every time I post a new video tutorial so that you can check it out. Thanks so much again, and I'll see you next time. Bye.